It looks like he's coming out of the pits of hell to start.
Massive news in the strongman world related to deadlifting.
Hafthor Bjornsson will be attempting to break his own world record, the controversial 501 kilo deadlift. Now he's going to be doing this in Germany.
Thor is just like, I am Groot.
As you've probably seen, Hafthor Bjornsson is going for a 505 kilo deadlift.
Yeah, so Eddie writes, the record, my cameraman set me up. I'm not this lonely person that lives in my garage by myself. But I did think there was going to be a black billy goat. I thought you promised me a billy goat. I am obsessed with anatomy and physiology, biomechanics. That's why I became a physical therapist. So to watch these men lift 1,000+ pounds, to me is still incredible. After years of watching this, well over 20 years of liking strongman, it still amazes me every single time.
So firstly, I want to state to Thor, good luck. Like, I hope you put to bed all the that's been going on in the last 9 years and just do it and just put all that big question mark over your world record to bed. I sincerely hope you get it.
Here's a 480 kilo lift that Thor did last week. It looked phenomenal. I 100% believe that he is strong enough to do it if he has a good day.
And this 480 kilo moved better than the 470 back in 2020.
There's huge controversy with the deadlift, of course, with Eddie lifting 500 kilos at the Deadlift World Championships in 2016.
If I pulled 501 kilo in my home gym, would you accept it? Thor, I'm asking you. Would you accept it?
If it was under the right circumstances, with the right referees, with the right promotion, and everything done correctly, the weights actually being weighed, not like yours. Yours were not being weighed. Then 100%. Yeah.
There's a ton of factors that will change the biomechanical advantage and the impact of the lift. There have been some different opinions based on him doing this lift at his own gym, how official it was because it wasn't done in a competition.
I think it was July this time 9 years ago, I pulled 500 kilos, so it's been over 9 years. Now we all know he did 501 kilo in his home gym during COVID.
It was the worst feats of strength where Hafthor broke the 500 barrier, pulled 501 kilos.
So what makes that?
You did your fucking record,
God.
You did your record,
Calm down.
with your best mates, Colin Bryce, with your business partners.
But there was other competitors there to verify it. There was other lifters
and you
to
had
lift
everything
it.
with you.
Benny
You
Magnusson
had your own bar, your own platform, everything.
Oh God, get this guy a dummy. Fuck me.
And Thor coming along in 2020 and deadlifting 501 kilos during COVID times at his home gym. Does it count? Does it not count? That's up to your personal opinion.
Which may well have been 100% legit, may not have been 100% legit. And that's the point of doing it in a competition, is there's no question marks over that lift.
But the rules were strict in terms of what he had to do. Everything had to be weighed out. He was refereed by Magnus Magnusson, who is the same referee that refereed Eddie Hall's 500 kilos.
This is pretty dark. It looks like he's coming out of the pits of hell to start. Barefoot, lifting salts.
Come on, Hafthor! 545!
The plates look so much smaller to him than Eddie's did. Just relative size-wise, Thor is so much of a bigger person. Like, it just looks like so much less. Because Eddie was big everywhere. It's moving smooth. He made it look easier than Eddie did. A little bit of wobble. He's got a lot more stability coming up out of it, but he's been preparing for this for so many years. Thor is just like, I am Groot. I'm sure Thor's not going to see this. You're obviously one of the strongest men on the entire planet, if not the strongest. Very impressive feat. Congratulations. Very, very impressive. And great job. You did it. No more debate.
This is Eddie Hall's Instagram post.
Yeah, so Eddie writes, the record was raised by 1 to 5 kg every attempt for years and years, and I broke it by 37 kilograms in one day. That's so impressive. If I had continued raising the bar, there's no doubt I would have lifted more, but there's also the chance I wouldn't be here now. I'm not as gifted as people like Thor, but what I did have above everyone else was belief. When everyone else thought it was impossible, I stepped up and made it possible. Well done to Thor for stepping up also. Very well said. And it's going to be exciting because there's another deadlift competition right around the corner.
There's only one way to settle the beef for good. And I was hoping to do this at the Mutant Deadlift World Championships in September in Birmingham, England.
If he lifts 505 at Eisenhart on the 26th of July, what happens to the Deadlift World Championships where it's all about 505 there?
Through Giants Live with the same exact setup that Eddie Hall did, 100% same circumstances. It's the only way to put it properly to rest at the same competition. And Thor's refused to do this for years and years and years. The details of that are not particularly important for this video, but it's going to be put to rest. Thor has some huge news coming, and he will be competing at the Mutant Deadlift World Championship. Now, Giants Live and Mutant together have put up 100 grand for anyone who pulls a world record deadlift. So what does this mean if he pulls 505 in Germany? Well, I have news that Thor's looking to pull 510 kilos at the Deadlift World Championships. Is this going to happen? I don't know. I think the 505 is very, very likely, but could he back up 510 a few weeks later and be able to hit that? Well, it's going to mean a hell of a lot more, in my opinion, if he's able to do it.
But I think this continues to up the ante of other people wanting to go for it, because just like Eddie said, people kept trying. And then he showed that he could hit that by 500 kgs, and he did so. He could have done more. He even said he could do more, but he let that go because of his health and the other priorities in his life. Watching this, to me, I do think there are mechanical advantages. I'm never going to be as good at basketball as LeBron James and Michael Jordan. Just structurally, I'm not built for that. People that have longer arms are better at swimming. There are different things that we have advantages over, and the biomechanics of Eddie Hall versus Thor are so different because Eddie Hall is a lot more short-statured. Thor is a lot taller. It's very different training styles, especially when you factor in different biomechanics, different lever arm lengths, the length of your arms, the length of your legs. These things do factor in. And they talk about this a lot in strongman training, how being stocky helps with moving the weight and bracing yourself and having a nice strong core. But I think Thor can continue to break records and make amazing history. He does have the structural advantage over Eddie, I believe. And I don't know his age either, because that does make a difference. I think a lot of people would debate that, but as we age, you know, your body has been through more and you have a bigger history of injuries, a bigger history of different damage. I'm pretty confident that Thor has some form of Bell's palsy because he's got a bit of a facial droop that's improved. But the wear and tear he's putting on his body, like, we want to see him last a long time. As much as I'd love to see him to continue to compete, I think that's why Eddie dropped out. He wants to live long quality of life and achieve a lot of different things versus just be able to lift heavy and, you know, grunt and carry the world's strongest man title for a little bit of time. So that was fun. Anyways, yeah. The Billy Goat. But a girl's got to eat breakfast. Like, I've got strong goals too, you know. So just in case you hear me eating my, you know, breakfast. Who do you guys think is going to win the deadlift competition in September? Will Thor return to World's Strongest Man? I think he will. I think he will. Is Mitch Hooper going to be a contender in September? If you're going to be watching in September, let me know. And are you guys happy that Thor made this lift? If you aren't, I want to know why. If you are, I want to know why. So subscribe if you want more of that, and we'll see you very soon. Bye-bye.